Hello Tube. This is SvAg Tech. Yes, this channel is gonna be based on tech, and you are going to find savage content here. So without any delay, let's get started. So, recently, Samsung released its new S series model, the Samsung S22 Ultra. And it's been nearly 6 months since the Apple's iPhone 13 Pro Max got released. As these are the latest models of two best flagship companies, let's see how the Samsung's latest and greatest compete with Apple's best. We will not discuss much about specs, but I will give you some of the specifications along the video. As you know, specs don't matter much. So, the Samsung S22 Ultra, or should I say Note 22 Ultra. Basically the S series and the Note series got merged together, which gives us the experience of two beasts. Yes, the S22 Ultra has S Pen, the most important factor of a Note. The S Pen has been upgraded to 2.8 millisecond latency, which gives us the experience of writing on a book with pencil. Okay, now let's get to the display. The S22 Ultra has 6.8-inch AMOLED display and HDR10+ certification. It has 120Hz display with LTPO version 2 display for long-lasting battery. iPhone 13 Pro Max has 6.7-inch OLED display with HDR10 certification. It also has 120Hz display with ProMotion, which is similar to LTPO. Both phones can stream at highest resolution on streaming websites like Amazon Prime, Netflix, etc. The main difference in these two displays is the peak brightness. The Samsung has an extraordinary peak brightness of 1750 nits compared to the iPhone's 1200 nits. Okay, now let's talk about the build quality of both phones. The iPhone 13 Pro Max has front glass made of ceramic shield and has stainless steel glass back. The Samsung S22 Ultra has its new Armor aluminum back, and both the front and back are protected by Gorilla Victus Plus. So, both the phones give promising build quality. Now, the main factor for gamers, the performance. The Samsung S22 Ultra is powered by the latest Snapdragon's 8 Gen 1 or the Exynos 2200 depending on your region. Many videos on the YouTube suggest that Exynos 2200 version has many bugs and performance issues. But the recent comparisons from The Golden Reviewer suggest that there is not much gap between the performance of the Snapdragon and Exynos version. So, finally Samsung is doing a good job. They will slowly solve other issues with the software on Exynos. So, no worries. As of iPhone 13 Pro Max, it is powered by the A15 Bionic chip. As of many comparisons between the 13 Pro Max and S22 Ultra, on the board@work.com channel, they perform the same in games. But the iPhone gets a little more hotter. As of softwares on both phone, the iPhone 13 Pro Max is running on iOS 15 and the Samsung S22 Ultra is running on One UI 4 based on Android 12. This depends personal preference on the user whether they choose iOS or Android. But Samsung has improved a lot in software department, and it also offers 4 years of Android updates compared to 3 years in the previous generations. Now let's compare these smartphones' cameras. I know you have been waiting for this. So, according to specs, the Samsung is way ahead of iPhone. But as I told you, I don't care about specs. Let's compare some photos taken from board@work.com and the The Collection YouTube channels. So, if we look at the first wide-angle photo, it's clear that Samsung S22 Ultra takes the win here. The HDR processing is so good on the Samsung in this photo. We can see the similar results in the next two ultrawide shots. The light from the sun in the sky are well processed by the Samsung. If we look at the next two shots, we can see that darker portions are brightened on the Samsung, but iPhone remains very dark. And the colors on S22 Ultra are also eye-pleasing in these shots. Samsung S22 Ultra can also take 108 megapixel photos which have very sharp details. But HDR processing on this photo is not as good as the previous ones. I actually prefer the iPhone on the next photo. The iPhone in this shot gives us the perfect green and red colors, whereas the Samsung brightens up the colors a little too much. Now let's compare the zoom shots. Did I actually mention that the Samsung S22 Ultra has 10x optical zoom sensor? The software combined with the hardware just makes it the king of zoom shots. It completely crushes iPhone in this sector. Oh, the night mode photos. The Samsung mentioned about its nightography in their teaser many times. Let's check how it is. So on the first two shots, the Samsung takes the win over iPhone. The details and light balance is too good on the Samsung in this first shot. And look at details of the grass on the Samsung compared to the iPhone on this shot. But on the next night mode photo, I actually prefer the iPhone. Because its photo is close to natural, whereas the colors on the Samsung pops too much. I think we have covered the back camera photos. Now let's see some selfies. Again, the Samsung wins here as it got the bigger sensor capturing more details. And as promised by the Samsung, the edge detection on S22 Ultra is so good. Okay, we are done with photography. Let's get into videography, where iPhone was the king. Will it change now? We will see. No, still iPhone takes the win here. The colors, HDR processing, smoothness is just better than the Samsung and iPhone when it comes to videos. As of selfie videos though, they are quite similar. Samsung can also record 8K videos with rear camera, but the video crops too much. So, which is better? This depends on you. If you are a vlogger and like to take a lot of videos, the iPhone is the perfect phone for you. But if you are a photographer, the Samsung makes a lot sense. But if you ask me what is better for both packages, then I would recommend the Samsung S22 Ultra. Its video is not too bad compared to iPhone, and its photos at day and night are so beautiful. So, now if you ask me about the battery, the Samsung S22 Ultra offers 5000 mAh battery and iPhone 13 Pro Max has 4352 mAh, but here Apple proves my point. Specs don't matter. Even though iPhone has less battery size, it lasts longer than the Samsung. But Samsung S22 Ultra has 45-watt charging speed which charges the phone in 1 hour. iPhone 13 Pro Max has 27-watt charging speed which charges the phone in 1 hour 45 minutes. So you don't have to worry about battery on both phones. They have long-lasting batteries. That ends our comparison with the question, is Samsung S22 Ultra better than iPhone 13 Pro Max? If I have to buy a phone with a budget $1,300 but have no deep connections with the softwares, I would go with Samsung S22 Ultra. It just makes more sense for me. But if you are into Apple ecosystem, the obvious choice for you is iPhone 13 Pro Max. The price of Samsung S22 Ultra is $100 more than the iPhone 13 Pro Max, but it is justified as it gives the S Pen built in the phone. Samsung also gives many more fun features than the iPhone. So, this wraps up the video. And if you want more silver tech reviews like this, consider subscribing my channel. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.